Hey everyone, Rick Duran here with...
Myths come alive. And by the way, I don't know if any of you know this, but he is the absolute
I
worst.
truly am. I am the worst at recording. This is why you guys don't get videos more often and get podcasts with my friend Myths Come Alive.
I already said my name. Don't ask me
I know.
questions.
So anyways, she's playing Skyrim again, which sucks because I thought for this podcast I'd be playing something she wouldn't be, but whatever.
Have you ever spoken to me when I wasn't playing Skyrim?
Well, I was spoken to you once when you said you were Skyrimming. I'm not sure if that's the same thing.
I mean, you don't know my life.
True. But then again, we started this podcast because neither one of us have a life, so...
Yeah, that's true. I really don't have a life. I will, though. I will soon. Like this coming Saturday, I'm
I
excited.
won't. I'll still be stuck in this room. Isolated.
Hell, you should go to
I've
college
been
then, because
I've
that's
been
what I'm
trying.
doing.
I've been really hard trying.
I'm sorry, it's not working for you,
Alright,
dearest.
to anyone listening, try your hardest in high school. Even though the shit's easy as hell if you're like me and actually are smarter than you thought you were. And everything... By the way, I have always said my IQ is like 102. Took an IQ test, like an official one from my psychologist. It's really like 113. So anyway,
That's pretty good. It's above
it
average,
is.
I think.
It's just above average, which means I'm smarter than I thought I was. Anyways, if you're a smart person and you think, oh, I'm just gonna blaze through this high school, I'm just gonna sit around to the bare minimum, don't. Go for a scholarship. Otherwise, you'll end up like me, doing shit for the internet to pass time until you can get into college or get a job, whichever one comes first.
Yeah. The American school system, if you're American, if you're not, I don't know enough about your school systems to comment on it, though they're probably better than ours. It focuses a lot on grades, and that's dumb, but you have to pander to what the schools want if you don't want to end up living under a bridge. So,
And also, all the education budget from taxes, I have no clue where the fuck it goes.
it goes to things like keeping up, you know, the elementary schools and stuff. But honestly, even though tuition feels ridiculously high for us, we're actually only paying for like half of what it actually costs to give us a college
That's
education. Isn't that
that's
sad?
actually pretty neat.
Like, what on earth are we doing that is so expensive?
They're paying the professors.
Yeah, and you know, college professors are kind of awesome.
See, if they were on a...
Oh God, I'm dead again. What? What?
I have to point out we've been
Hey,
going for 2 minutes, but our call's been going for like 28. And like, all of that is just technical issues.
sorry. Say
Our
that one
call
more
has
time.
been going for like 29 minutes now, and the video is like 3 minutes long so far. The technical...
Fantastic. This, kids, is why he is the absolute
Yes, I
worst.
am. I'm like checking Audacity, because that's what I record you on, every now and then just to make sure you're actually recording.
Probably in like half an hour, he's gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, by the way, none of that recorded," and I'm just going to punch him through the computer
I just
screen.
realized Audacity's not going.
I swear to fucking
I am fucking
Christ.
with you so hard. It
That's that's good because I would have to punch you straight in the throat, and that just
You
sounds
don't
like
know where I
work.
live. You haven't known where I live since 3rd grade.
I didn't know where you lived in third
Exactly.
grade,
But I went...
but you think you can't find out? I have people. I have an entire network of people.
I have a Hulk.
Yeah, but my gods aren't nearly as puny.
True. I almost ended our call. I was trying to move you a little like call box, and I almost ended it.
I swear to Christ, you are the absolute worst.
See, people, if you ever wonder, hey, where's Psychonauts, and where's Diggin' Rig, and where's all the videos you like were doing and promised us? It's because I have technical issues out the wazoo. Like, if I were to have a child, he wouldn't come out as a person. He'd come out as like Windows.exe has stopped working, or child.exe would stop working.
When you said your IQ, did you say 113 or 130?
113.
Okay, that's what I
Did you
thought.
think I was like a genius?
Ha! That's cute though. Oh, you hear 130, you think genius. That's
What's
cute
130?
though.
Gifted?
I mean, it might be genius level. I don't know the legal definition, but
Okay,
mine's higher
one
than that.
above 110 is above average, like 120 is gifted, then 130 is like genius, and then beyond 130, like if you get like 140, you're super genius. Like,
Oh, that's great, though.
you,
Because mine's 142.
maybe you're just a genius, and you just don't apply your. Well, you do apply yourself. I don't.
No, I really
Like,
don't, though. Like,
to be
I
honest,
did,
I
but I don't
actually
now.
half-assed the IQ
I
test.
did,
I'm not
I,
gonna lie.
why do I keep getting
Why do I keep
killed?
half-assing things that affect my future?
Because you're a teenager and the teenage mind is biologically designed to have all the wrong
You know I'm 20,
priorities.
right?
You're still a teenager.
Except without the teen at the end.
Oh no, you're not like physically or legally a teenager, but you are still a teenager. You're a teenager until you're like 22. Then you're just a young adult.
I thought you were a young adult at like 18.
I'm not talking about legally. I'm talking about like mentally on average. Mentally, you don't grow out of the teenager mindset without extraordinary circumstances until you're about 22. And then you grow into the young adult, and then you grow out of the young adult either when you have children and forcibly grow up, or when you're about 26 or 27 and have a full-time job.
Look something up real quick.
No, there will be no humming. It's so
Okay,
like
so
disappointing. I can kill everything in one hit, and then I get murdered viciously in this other room.
alright, so breakdown of IQ scores. Scores 85 to 114 average intelligence. Mind you, my IQ score was, I kind of half-assed, like, really hard, the IQ test. Like, I could have gone faster on some points, I could have worked things out faster, but I just really didn't give a fuck. Above average or bright, 115 to 129. 130 to 140 is moderately gifted. 185 to 159, highly gifted. 160 to 179, exceptionally gifted. 180 and up are profoundly gifted. I was way the fuck off.
Nah, so was I.
Yeah, like,
Where did you say like what 142? Which level did that fall into?
142, moderately gifted.
What about 147?
147, highly gifted.
Oh, I always knew my sister was better than me.
My niece is smarter than me because she keeps hiding shit out of my reach. Somehow. See, when you guys say out of my reach, it's not like she put it on the top shelf because she's 3. No, my niece puts it on her bed that I can't crawl under, but she can. I've been trying to get my deodorant back for the last 2 days. But
why did she take your deodorant?
Shit.
That's not friendly.
You mean neighborly?
Either one.
Well,
I mean, technically different values, but either adjective sounds equally condescending.
You know, the kicker is, I half-assed the IQ test so bad I actually didn't wear my glasses that day. I was an overconfident little shit.
Well, if we're telling stories about the IQ tests, I got into a fight with my IQ test, like, proctor. I got into an argument with him. I think I fought him on the answer to one of the questions. He, didn't seem particularly happy about that. But he was wrong, damn it. I hold to that to this day. Because the question was, name all the seas. And I was like, you know, Red Sea, Dead Sea, Adriatic Sea, Caspian Sea. I named, and then I was like, I can't think of any more. And he was like, well, you missed some pretty obvious ones, you know, like the Atlantic Ocean. I'm like, no, you said seas, motherfucker. They're different. They're different. It's a different definition. And he was like, no, they're the same thing. And I was like, fuck your shit, dude.
The voice you did for the proctor sounded kind of like a hippie, like, no, they're different. Like, no, they're the same thing. Like, if you put man at the end of that, it would be like, no, same thing, man.
that's not actually what he sounded like. That's just my go-to mocking voice for anyone other than
A
preppy
hippie
women.
voice?
Sort of. Makes them sound dumb.
So old hippies are dumb?
No, but it makes you sound less intelligent if you sound like you do drugs.
So all hippies do drugs now.
Yes. My mother's a hippie, I know these things. And she did all kinds of drugs.
I have no further arguments for that. Alright.
Of course, my mother also had flawless grades in all of her classes and got hired into a prestigious law firm the moment she graduated from college, even though she wasn't actually certified by the bar. She was just that intelligent. And now she does an attorney's work, even though she is technically a paralegal, because she's better at it than them. All of that, even with the drugs.
Maybe we should legalize
My mom
pot.
hadn't done drugs, she would have taken over the world.
Maybe we should legalize pot.
I mean, she didn't do pot.
Ah.
I mean, she did do pot, but, like, she did other things. She never did meth, though. Not even once. Which is good. Proud of
Okay,
her
you
for
need
that.
to turn me down on your end because I'm getting, like, feedback, and it's going to record on yours, and I can't cut it out. Otherwise, I have to lower your volume, and then I'll be overpowering.
That's sad. That sounds
It kind
sad.
of is. Also, I need to turn you up because you keep, like, not talking loud enough sometimes, and then you are.
That's not a problem I usually have.
Yeah, Jasmine, I'm going to have to ask you to talk even louder.
Oh. Well, that's weird.
How high can I put the input? Okay. 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 The input volume is as high as I can get it. I'm not sure if I can make you any louder. Though you can make yourself louder if you choose to.
I mean, I could start yelling.
Please not. No yelling, just like raise your voice a bit, like maybe a couple ticks. You know, like,
What the hell are you doing to your voice?
I don't know.
If we're going to do accents, I can spend the rest of this video in an English accent, and all of your followers will hate me for it.
Funny, because I actually have more followers in Russia than I do in England.
Really? That's
Yeah,
weird.
Apparently Russians love me. Or at least watch my videos.
Or, you know, they like mocking you.
Yeah. So, did you hear the next Pokemon game is going to take place in Paris?
So, did you hear that I don't keep up with what happens with Pokemon
I was
anymore?
just saying that because, you know, now you can run from battles.
Wait, say that one more time?
The new Pokemon is taking place in Paris, so you can run away from battles. With trainers. I'm joking. The next Pokemon game is, like, excellent. Oh my god, something awesome. They're making a new Pokemon anime based on the original Pokemon games. Like, they're using this, like, like, you know the trainer sprite? They've made him into a character. He's not Ash. It's actually, like, you go through the same things. Like, Brock looks like what he should have in, like, the games, and he doesn't follow you around. It's actually kind of awesome.
That's interesting, I guess. I'm gonna be honest, I never really liked the basic trainer games in Pokemon. I liked the spin games more, Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, all those. I always liked those way more than the actual games.
Huh. Well, I have been watching a Mystery Dungeon, like, playthrough, which is really funny because he hasn't even been reading half the dialogue. He's making up his own dialogue and shit, and it's weird. Not weird, but it's awesome. Like, in Geisha Infinity, every time you wake up, Pikachu says, good morning, let's give it our all again today. Every time you wake up. So he just started mocking that, like, good morning, Axnew. Have you ever noticed that I say the exact same thing every morning? Let's do our best again today. And it's like, it's just kind of creepy. You say the same thing every day. Like, he does a different voice for... You have to watch it. I might have to plug the channel. I'm not sure. You are giving no valuable input right now.
Would you like to hear an honest answer as to why?
Yeah, sure.
I could not possibly give less of a fuck about these things you're saying. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a virgin, so you could give less of a fuck.
I mean, it's true, I am a virgin. But I am also the type of person that random casual sex would not be out of the question.
Alright, so we're not going to disclose any of our real names now. Because that's kind of awkward.
I mean, I'm morally against the concept of waiting until marriage.
I'm more of waiting until you find the right person who makes your heart flutter and you want to so bad that if you wait till marriage, you are literally going to jump someone else's bones.
I mean, I'm just sort of like, don't lose your virginity until you're fairly certain that the person you're losing it to won't A, kill you, or B, ruin your
I
life.
would so kill someone after I've taken their virginity. Just that way I can stab them in the heart and as they fade away, whisper in their ear, now you've lost it all.
This is why we're not better friends.
I'm chaotic neutral. I don't give a fuck.
I have noticed this not giving a fuck.
Well, I'm not a virgin, so I...
Although, again, I do doubt that you are legitimately chaotic neutral.
Well, it's not like I'm chaotic evil. Like, I'll do what I want, but I won't, like, do evil all the time. Sometimes I do chaotic good, which means I do irrationally good things.
But, I mean, for the record, most people, even if they are actually chaotic evil, would never acknowledge themselves as chaotic evil.
So you're saying I'm not actually chaotic evil and acknowledge myself as chaotic neutral in order to put you off your guard?
No, I mean, people don't see themselves as evil. It's not a part of the human psyche to accept yourself as evil, because evil is not a thing that exists. Morality is wholly relative.
Uh-huh. So this is the psychologist part of the podcast where we talk about the psychological states.
No. Philosophy.
Oh, philosophy.
Big
Yes, this is the
difference.
philosophy part of the podcast. Maybe we'll do psychology some other time. Maybe. If you guys are good.
I do like psychology. I like philosophy better. It's more inherently fascinating to me, but psychology is also
Who's the
fun.
guy who had, like, dogs drool in psychology? Like, to ring of a bell?
Pavlov?
Yeah, him and Schrodinger hated fucking animals with a passion.
No. Pavlov's dogs were very, very happy. All he did was ring a bell whenever it was time for them to be fed, and then once or twice he'd ring the bell without it to see if they got all excited.
Well, the original experiment wasn't like, will it imprint on them? Like, will the bell make them do stuff? What was
No, that was the original experiment
Was
that
it
I
really?
just described.
I got this.
Yeah, he rang a bell whenever it was time to feed the dogs, and then one day he rang the bell without putting food out, but they still reacted as if they expected food. He proved that not only can dogs learn, but that they will learn to associate certain stimuli with certain other stimuli. He then later expanded that to apply also to humans.
So in the end, dogs have souls.
I mean, yeah, but that's a
Intelligence,
completely
like-
different philosophical question.
And the dogs at least have intelligence to a point. Souls,
Any creature that has a will to live has a soul.
exactly.
Ooh, look, a cliff! Let's jump off it.
I actually heard your shout.
Ha!
Got my
Oh god, don't
my
run off where I hit the
favorite
ground.
shout in that
Okay.
game was Mark for Death.
I have never once
It
used
like
Mark for
halves
Death.
their attack and hack their defense, and it slowly like drains their health a bit. So if you use it, it like makes any dragon easier to kill, and nothing is immune to it.
Yeah, my favorite shouts are respectively Fire Breath and Become Ethereal. Become Ethereal because it lets me jump off cliffs without dying a horrible, crushing death. And it also lets me jump off of waterfalls, which is my favorite pastime. And Fire Breath because I have a headcanon that as the time goes on, my character slowly becomes more accepting of her dragon nature and grows to take greater joy in things that are more inherently dragon-like.
I feel like at the same time, you could like reverse that and like take out dragon, and at a certain point, add in the word sexuality instead of dragon, and it would make sense.
I mean, I have a friend who's a furry, but specifically for dragons.
Scaly.
No, it's still
Well,
called a furry.
subculture of furry. Like, if you want to get technical, it's scaly. But if you want to be broad, it's furry.
Can we not? Can we not get technical about furries? I have enough trouble thinking about it anyway.
Okay, then. Well, it's not like it's...
I mean, I have no, like, objection to it. It's just, like, I'm very close friends with someone who's a furry, and he talks about it all the time to make me
Well,
uncomfortable.
it's not why would he talk about being uncomfortable? It's like... it would be like me using the topic of my dick as a weapon.
I mean, that is exactly what he's doing.
Then he...
Except his particular thing is furries because he does not have a girlfriend. So he can't use, like, his sexual exploits. So instead he uses the
So
furry
if you're saying
aspect.
if he had sexual exploits, he would just talk to you about that instead?
Probably, if I revealed that they made me uncomfortable. He lives to torment me because he is condescending of my opinion and ability to think, which is kind of annoying because I'm fairly certain I'm easily as intelligent as he is, though a less scientifically inclined kind of intelligent.
I'm more resourceful than intelligent. Like, I literally have thousands of wires and everything in my... I have jury-rigged this microphone, by the way. Like, when I was using my other microphone in the last recording, I, like, jury-rigged it to my computer so it would work. There's fucking tinfoil around it. Like, little prod, like...
That's impressive.
This is why I'm going to be a computer engineer. I'm going in to be a computer engineer in the spring.
I just absorb information really easily.
I've
Like-
been summarized, so...
I can obsessively recite things. I can recite the entire Hogwarts Sorting Hat song.
I can believe that. That seems like something you put a lot of time into, because I know you.
I didn't, though. I've just read the book enough times.
By the way, for those who are wondering why I always say good day at the beginning of the podcast, because I don't really have a switch. I have to say good day. I can no longer... I've said it so many times, I can no longer say hey or hello. That feels uncomfortable for me. I would have to say good day or good evening, because I forgot it was evening, because this is fucking Florida where the sun doesn't set till like 7. So, and I have windows like...
Except it's not until like 8:30, actually.
Well, it starts setting noticeably out my window, like I can't see it. Well, I see it rise, but because it's like above me most of the time, and then it goes to the other side of the house, I don't know what time of day it is unless I open my window and really think about it.
I mean...
The moral of the story, people, is never have a room with the windows facing the sunrise. It seems awesome at first, like you open your blinds and you just see the sunshine rolling in as the sunrise hits you, and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a perfect day.
If I had...
But then after that, it's like, every time you want to sleep in, the sun's like, nope, bitch, you waking up. Whether you like it or not.
I mean, if I had my dream house, like, the wall of my living room, one wall of my living room would be entirely glass, and it would be facing east, so that I could watch the sunrise if I stay up too late or wake
How
up
about
early.
instead you get a window, so that way you just don't invite people to try breaking that fucking wall.
I mean, it would be really thick
I don't think
glass.
you understand, Jasmine. When you have a wall made of glass, do you know how much care you'll have to take to that? Because if one bird shit gets on it, that's ruining your entire sunrise. Like, you walk into the living room, sunrise is coming up, and you just see this giant pelican shit on your wall.
Yeah, but do you understand exactly how much I would love being able to see outside all the time? I take a lot of joy in nature, but I don't really have the time or physical ability to spend much time in it. The least I can do is allow myself to see it.
True. I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. every morning because of the sunrise. I have a mask I put on, but it's gone now. I think my niece might have hid that too. It was with my deodorant, so I'm not sure.
I mean,
She,
I would never intentionally wake up that early unless I had something
welcome
to
to my
do.
life. I get up at 2 a.m., wake up at 6 a.m., repeat the cycle.
I would literally die. I'm severely anemic, so I need as much sleep as I can possibly
I'm
get.
severely insomniac, so...
I mean, I'm also a severe insomniac. It's a bad combination. So, like, it takes me 3 to 4 to 5 hours to fall asleep, and then I sleep for, like, 15 hours.
I don't know why I can't fall asleep. It's been like that since I was a baby.
Same.
Like, I've stayed up...
I mean, I know why I can't fall asleep. I just don't know why that
I
happens.
watched the entirety of Gurren Lagann in one night, which you should watch.
There's lots of things I should do, and that ranks far below a large
Well, it's
number
like
of them.
it's weird because I feel like it's almost like the Game of Thrones of anime because people just start dying. You're like, no, stop it. Why would you do that?
I mean, nothing can ever be the Game of
It's
Thrones of
like
anything because Game of Thrones is
it's
a fully
like
unique
the Game of
entity.
Thrones of anime because like it's just oh my god. No one ever talks about this anime past a certain episode because it gets so heavy. Like just the it just does a 180.
I mean, that's
It
interesting.
is like for those of you who have watched Gurren Lagann and know what I'm talking about, don't spell it in the comments, otherwise she won't watch it.
I mean, she won't watch it anyway. I'm being
Where you're
honest.
talking about third person, it's weird.
I mean, I can do what I want. I'm an English major.
You know, one of these podcasts, we should act like there's a third person there, and at the end, I just go, oh shit, I forgot to record our audio, and you're like, well, I'm not re-recording this. But see, it's gonna...
I mean, I completely forgot why I opened my menu just now. What was I doing?
You're about to give me 500 gold.
Yeah, I could give you 500 gold and not even be in that bad of a problem. Like, I have 27,000.
You know, I once became a Thana of, I think it was, I forgot where it was, Marthal, without beginning the actual quest of, kill your first dragon. Never did that quest. Became Thana Marthal, went back. It's not on a time or anything, so it's like,
I mean, you can play almost the entire game without ever doing that first quest, and all it means is the dragons won't spawn. It's actually a pretty good metagaming strategy, because it means that you can get all the words of power before you have to fight dragons
yeah, but
for
the thing
them.
is that, and the really bad thing is that, as soon as you do that, after you're done collecting everything, or like doing everything you want to do in order to get really powerful, then when you actually do the quest, you're not going to start with the dragons that are named Dragon. You're going to start with like elder dragons and like ancient dragons.
I mean, that's what you get for delaying the
It's
quest.
almost like a punishment. Like, hey, do you want to do the main quest? Well, eat this ancient dragon's giant fireball.
I do like ancient dragons. They're
I
very
don't.
pretty.
I hid underneath water for one because I was in Argonian for 5 minutes, thinking it left because the music stopped. I came out and its head was like right there, like, sup, bitch?
I do like ancient dragons. I mean, I like all the dragons. I think they're interesting, and I wish you could talk to more of them than Odahviing and Parthenox.
You know, I feel like we actually do need a structure because we're not as random or funny this time. I feel like we haven't hit any good notes.
I mean, I blame you for that. I'm also really tired, and I've been doing a lot these last couple days.
Well, then this is a bad day to record. I guess we can record like in like a week or two whenever we have free time.
Once this Saturday happens, even probably before that, I'm not going to have much free time because classes start on Monday.
This is a conversation for off air. Let's just drop it now and then we'll talk about it off air.
I mean, it's not like this is live.
Well, true, but I'd rather not find that. But I don't know when this conversation began, and I don't want to like mark it off the podcast. You already know how inept I am at doing this kind of stuff, at like audio.
I do, it's true. You are the absolute worst.
Yeah, so let's not give me more work, and then me have to call you back and go, Jasmine, I don't know what I did, but I inverted our audio. We're now speaking in tongues. I don't know how I did it. You're speaking in like Cantonese, and I'm speaking in like Satan.
Satan is not a language.
You'd be surprised at what I just did.
It'd be interesting, though. I feel like it'd be cool to talk to Satan. Because he's logically stupid.
Oh, did I say Satan? I meant Satin.
Are we talking to satin like the
Yeah,
fabric?
I don't know how I did it.
That's fantastic. Can you convince it to drape properly?
I don't know. It doesn't talk back. I've been trying it. But the thing is that it's only in my audio. I don't know what I said.
Well, I mean, maybe it's not satin then. Maybe you're talking to some other material, like, the bastard of polyester and satin or something. Maybe you're talking to velvet, would explain why you sound pretentious.
I sound pretentious right now?
It's not. No, but I'd assume you would if you were talking in fabric language.
Oh man, don't get me started on that polyester. Fuck that it is so stuck up.
I feel like polyester is an alcoholic.
Yeah, it's a real it's I feel like it's crossing the line between like it's really stuck up, but it's also very alcoholic, and I don't understand why it's so stuck up because it doesn't have the right to be. It's polyester.
I feel like polyester pretends to be stuck up because its parents were very stuck up, and it wants them to be
Oh my
proud
god,
of
don't
him.
even get me started on cotton. Well, cotton's pretty noble. It's the other one.
I mean, I wouldn't think Cotton would be noble. I think Cotton would be like that comfortable big brother that everyone wants to talk to.
It's noble in like a way where it's not gonna mess you over. Like, Wool is the asshole.
Or Wool's the drunken Irishman.
I wouldn't go that far because that's a little racist, and I do have viewers in Ireland. And if they watch this far, I am sorry she just said that. But anyways.
No. I'm not saying all Irishmen are drunk. I'm saying there's a certain stereotype of drunken people who are also Irish, and I feel like that is exactly what Wool would act like, because it would be an alcoholic, because I like to think that most common fabrics would be alcoholics, but it would also, be very angry all the time.
Yeah, why do you think cotton sweaters are so itchy, or wool sweaters are so itchy? They're trying...
Because they're untreated?
No, because they hate you.
I mean, I can see that.
They didn't want to leave their sheep. Wool's like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna scratch you. I'm gonna make you itch. I'm gonna prod the right places to make you uncomfortable.
It's what we get for wearing sheep.
Okay, when you say it like that, it sounds like we've skinned the sheep. We sheared it. We're not wearing sheep, we're wearing their wool, and we usually shave it off in the summer.
Okay, here's my question then. How come if you wear a shirt made of human hair, everyone looks at you funny, but if you wear a shirt made of sheep,
because
it's fine?
Human hair shirts haven't been around as long as sheep fur shirts.
Uh-huh.
So...
I do not see a particular problem with this theory.
Because it's fallen into the norm. Like, wool has fallen into a norm. Like, it takes years to fall into a norm. Human hair...
Exactly. Just because something is the norm does not make it correct or logical.
Well, at the same time, if we don't shear sheep, they get very hot and they could just die of dehydration. And
but I mean, that's illogical then. That must have been a human act, because no creature would naturally evolve so that its own fur had to be sheared off in order to survive. We would have had to breed them that way, which means it is still our fault.
Well, they could have been made not to live long, like, they could not have as long lives. Maybe their life expectancy was... Their life expectancy was lower when we didn't shear them.
But that's true of any livestock animal, that their life expectancy is lower until we get to them because we take better care of them than nature does.
Maybe they're like rams. You know how ram horns keep growing unless, like, they, like, do something to them? Like, they keep growing and growing?
Well, yeah.
And, like, I've seen pictures of, like, rams rubbing their horns on rocks to get them short again, because otherwise they start hurting their neck. Maybe sheep had a natural way to shorten their fur, and we've just bred that knowledge out of them.
Or, more likely, we bred them to have longer wool so that we could use it.
Maybe. What the first sheep look like?
Like a sheep, but with shorter wool?
But how do you know?
I mean, that's logical. If we're going by this theory, that would have been what they looked like. Because it's not like we would have bred specifically for any kind of appearance, like in facial structure or anything. So it's...
I just imagined it.
We're not in Alabama. We wouldn't have.
I just imagined a sheep that looks like Tom Cruise, because we bred them to have a facial structure.
I would think Tom Cruise. He's not even that good looking.
Johnny Depp.
Now, if we're going for a certain actor, can we pick Jake Abel? Because he is the absolute best.
I don't know who that is.
Have you seen Percy Jackson and the Olympians?
Yes.
He played Luke.
Is Luke the bad guy? Spoiler.
Yeah, the dickbag. The one who actually stole the lightning bolt.
The guy who they cut the entire Ares part out just to have him. God, fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. That's the only movie I've ever said fuck it to. There was an entire subplot with, like, Ares, that, like, he was actually the mastermind, but he wasn't. He was being controlled. Book spoiler, by the way, book spoiler. And they cut that completely out.
But I mean...
It was actually sort of important.
They're still making the next one, so it must not have been important in that particular book.
Well, I don't think it is in the second book, but in the first book it is, and it kind of does set up certain things.
Which plotline are you talking about?
It's like the main plot. Like, at one point he has to fight Ares.
Oh, you mean that bit where Ares sent him after, like, that thing of his that he lost?
Right. I don't remember what it was, but I know Ares played, like, a big role, and he didn't even appear in the movie.
I thought Ares appeared in the movie.
Lines. Like, he might be one of the gods that you see upon the thrones, but he doesn't speak at all. He's not even pointed out.
If we're thinking of the same plotline, I don't actually think it was that important.
I thought it was.
I mean, the way those books are written, everything feels important, even the stuff that's not, especially the stuff that's not.
Also, after taking Latin class, I feel like that entire book series is complete and total bullshit and should go burn. Because...
No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
It's the bastardization of Greek mythology and Roman mythology.
That's the point. It's supposed to be inventing a world in which not only was all Greek mythology true, but Greek mythology also had to adapt itself to modern times. If the gods and the immortals and all of them really did exist, they would have to change as time went on, and I believe that the series is actually a very accurate representation of how such immortalized, powerful, old-fashioned creatures would have adapted to suit modern times.
Yeah, but I just want at least one scene where Zeus is, like, you know, like before one of the chick's birth, like, trying to seduce his mother, so, like, he finds out her father, like, died in war, so he takes on her father's image and then goes fucks her mother. Or something like that. Like, something that's actually, like, part of mythology. Like, something weird.
There is a lot of stuff that's actually part of mythology.
Well, for everything that's part of mythology in that series, 50% of it isn't.
It's set in the modern world. What do you want them to do?
I don't know, and I don't care anymore. I don't know why we keep talking about Percy Jackson. I haven't read these books in a while.
Well, you brought it up.
True I did. We need some structure to this podcast, otherwise we're going to run it straight to the ground.
You keep saying that, and we keep not doing it, so I think I'm winning.
We need something. Then again...
You keep saying that, and it keeps not happening.
True. But I can't think of a structure. I know.
I don't understand why you think we need structure.
I know, I got a structure for us. I got a structure. Will be a bridge.
You are the absolute worst.
You know what series I will...
Yeah, fuck you, Scourge Lord. What you gonna do?
I'm actually kind of a fanboy and, like, Casino, I can never, like, hate it. Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I like Kingdom Hearts. I got out of it before Birth by Sleep, though, so I'm a little behind.
Birth by Sleep is relatively nice. Like, it's kind of good, but it's a weird battle system instead of adapted for the PSP. I did play it. I did play it all the way through. Like, 2 of the storylines. I didn't get the third, but I did watch everyone. I did, like, watch them all on, like, YouTube. I watched all the storylines. And it's pretty decent. Like, most of the storylines aren't, like, the exact same thing. Like, they all run together at points, but they're not the exact same thing.
I just stopped. I kind of wish they had ended at 2. Part of me wishes they'd ended at 1. Just because, like, the longer the story continues, the more weird and complicated it gets. But I did very much like 1 and 2, like...
Yeah, they're making a third one. They're also making a, I believe it's like 1.5 HD, a remake of the first one. Which is funny because they've lost... Because this is a Did You Know gaming thing, I didn't know. They actually lost all the assets, all of them, for the original Kingdom Hearts. That's why an HD remake took so long. They had to remake everything from scratch. And that's why it's different now.
Huh. That makes sense.
There also used to be a Toy Story world that they didn't implement. They also had models of like Woody and Buzz, but like they were rainbow colored, which means they don't have a skin on them or anything. Like,
Yeah, I'm aware of what rainbow colors means in game programming.
yeah. So yeah, pretty interesting. The original design for Sora was kind of really far away from the final design.
I like his final design for all that his hair makes me angry. Like, irrationally angry.
Do you just play the game, look at his hair, and like you just start yelling, "Fuck you, Sora's hair! Fuck you!" And throw the controller and stuff.
No, he just goes in the water and it doesn't even do anything. Like, it doesn't move like hair.
We're talking
moves.
about the PS2 era. You want them to animate every individual hair on a PS2 so that way it moves in water correctly. You realize that'd be the entire game disc. It wouldn't even be Kingdom Hearts. It'd be swimming. It'd be like swimming fun, and then like you'd be Sora in the water, and your hair would move perfectly with the water. And then when you got out of the water, it would dry and spike back up, and then you jump back in the water, and that'd be the entire game.
I mean, Tangled did it.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
Movies are completely different from games.
But it proves that hair can be properly
You're also
animated.
talking about a movie that came out like maybe 6 years after the game we're talking about.
Yeah. Just saying, it's possible
Yes,
now.
and technology does advance a lot in 6 years.
Especially since they had to invent an entire new system to animate Tangled properly. So I'm not being entirely fair. But I'm just saying, it's possible now, so when they make this remake...
Also, there might be a Tangled World from what I hear. Maybe. I hope not, because that's kind of a newer movie I don't want in. I feel like you have to go through I feel like you have to be at least a certain age before you get into a Kingdom Hearts movie. Or a Kingdom Hearts game, not Kingdom Hearts movie. Yeah, the movie would be weird, wouldn't it?
That would be a fucked up movie. It wouldn't really succeed as a movie because the game didn't really have an interesting enough story to last wholly as a game.
Movie.
Shut up. I know words.
I feel like the entire game itself is well done, and the story it's easy to follow, but at the same time interesting enough to keep you playing. And like, it's interesting enough to keep you playing it, but not like it's not like it's super bad. Like every time there's a cutscene, like, oh god, you plug your ears because Sora's like, oh god.
No. It's never been actively bad. It's just also never been that
game,
good.
They didn't really have a reason to make it better than it should be, because it literally Kingdom Hearts is made because two executive from Square Enix and executive from Disney were in an elevator together and they started talking. Or not executive, like a game designer from Square Enix and an executive from Disney were like in an elevator together, and they just started talking. And that's how Kingdom Hearts came to be, because of a bullshit session between these two people. Like, that blows my brain out, like, a little bit. Just, the game franchise I love with a passion that has never done me wrong is built upon a bullshit session.
I mean, weirder shit, more awesome shit has come out of weirder circumstances.
Like how the original Star Fox games were made to look like they did, like, you know, the mouth's going open like a puppet. Because the guy who made them was really into, like, puppet theater, or, like, Thunderbirds and whatnot, you know, the UK puppet stuff, and he wanted to see if he can get Star Fox made into, like, puppets, like a puppet theater thing.
That's disturbing. Puppets aren't a good thing to be into.
Well, there's, like, more things. Metal Gear Solid is mostly based off, like, a realistic version of, or not realistic, but, like, a different version of kind of a James Bondian kind of person. That's why it's so, like, it's an actual, like, instead of, it's like espionage, but, like, more combative espionage. Not like Bond, James Bond. It's like, shh, shut up, sneaky.
Did you say, what
Metal
game?
Gear Solid was born because of Hideo Kojima.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you said Mass Effect, and I was extremely confused.
Mass Effect was spawned because the creator was a huge James Bond fan. In fact, you can see the inspiration in it. No, 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 no. Metal Gear Solid was like Hideo Kojima is a huge like James Bond fan. He's a fan. I don't know why I put a D on the end of that. He's a fan. Like the third game has actually a mock James Bond intro. Like intro sequence.
I heard that actually.
Huh?
Sorry, I got distracted. There was a punk.
Sometimes I have to go to random travelers in Skyrim, talk to them for a second. If they don't have anything interesting to say, I just kill them. Like on the spot. I don't even loot them. I just leave.
I just persuaded a dude. Ooh, scaled boots, finally. I persuaded a thief that I had no money.
That's,
I'm still not sure how that worked, but you know, I'll take it.
So,
Scaled porn armor.
there's an assassin that I always, in every story I tell about him, I always call him the failed assassin. Like, to the basic, like the absolute failure assassin. Because I one-shot him, but the way I one-shot him, I had like Savage, whatever it's called, Savage Strike, whatever it's called, the one that beheads him. Like, I had that skill, and he was right behind me. And when I one-shot him, I didn't just like hit him and he died. I turned around as I hit him, and I just decapitated him instantly, like before he could even hit me.
That's intriguing.
So it was like,
I get attacked by assassins a lot, and I can't figure out who's sending them.
like they have notes on them, but I can never read the fucking writing.
I mean, I read the notes, but they don't say who sent the assassins. They just say that they're from the Dark Brotherhood.
I'd like to know how this exact same person with the exact same handwriting writes every book in Skyrim.
Oh, that's actually logical. Like, the people they get to write books are scribes, and they're specifically trained to have a certain type of handwriting that is universally legible.
Well, I don't like the handwriting in Skyrim because it's even harder to view on my tiny screen. Like, I have to lean in close, and that's why I haven't read. I have a library full of books in Skyrim, like all the books ever in Skyrim. Like, all of them are scattered around my house and everything, and I haven't been able to read one because of my fucking resolution.
That's
It's kind of
depressing.
big. I have the entire history of the Empire on a shelf, and I'm just looking at it like, I wish I could read you. Do you know if you put all the biggest books of Skyrim on a small shelf, they'll just explode outward?
Why would you intentionally do that?
Testing. Why wouldn't I?
Because it would break the immersion of the game.
Well, at the same time, when I'm not immersed, especially when a glitch happens, like you cannot become the Thane of a... What's the place where the Thieves Guild is? I haven't played Skyrim in forever.
Riften.
Yeah, I got a glitch where I couldn't become the Thane, even though I did everything I needed to, but I could buy a house. So I bought the house, and it's like, nope, I'm not going to give you a dialogue box that lets you become my Thane. So I got really mad, and I just started fucking up everything in my house, and the immersion just broke so bad because I found it was a game-breaking glitch, and I could never become a Thane. That literally my entire storyline for that character just is gone. He's just like the head of the Thieves Guild and the Thane of Riften. That is the end of his story, and that is all there is to his. That is his story from that point, and then he learns he is Dovahkiin. Because I didn't do any of the actual quests, but I couldn't do that, and thus that entire storyline got shot to death.
Kind of sounds like you got mad and threw a tantrum.
In the house I did, but at the same time, I was still immersed when I like threw the tantrum, so it was literally me destroying my house, and then I sat on the patio. Because I bought everything for the house. I sat on the patio of the house, and I just drank all the beer I could find in Riften. And then I just quit.
I mean, there's a lot of beer in
Yeah, imagine having all that in your inventory. I was walking. I was like trudging.
Hey. I'll be right back. I think one of my cats is freaking out.
Alright, now she's gone. If you have a suggestion for something we should do in the podcast, like a structure or anything, I know I said this earlier on. Please leave a comment down below if you've watched this far. If you haven't, how are you hearing this message? But yeah, sorry this body's been a bit more boring. She's tired. I'm kind of tired. Just want to do a podcast. Probably record some other stuff after this, I don't know. My microphone broke, so I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing with my life? That was water, just in case anyone was curious. So if you'd like a topic talked about on the podcast, please send me a comment down below. I'm gonna end this podcast when she gets back. This has been going on for 50 minutes now. I've got other stuff to do. Well, I'm not saying that'd be rude, I'm saying it because we usually keep it under 45. Like every recording we've ever done that had failed, we've kept it under 45, so yeah. Alright, since she's back.
So my cat got trapped in the dishwasher.
How?
Because she's got a brain condition, so she can't, like, walk really well. And, she decided that she needed to sit on the dishwasher while it was open. Then they shut the dishwasher, and she couldn't get back out.
Why would they shut the dishwasher when there was a cat on it?
Because they couldn't see the cat through all the dishes. Like, she had crawled to the back of the door.
Oh my god, I'm looking at a Reddit post that someone's, like, taking a picture of. And, oh my god, this is so weird. I've never seen...
Are you still recording?
Huh?
Are you still recording,
Yeah.
by the way?
We're gonna end this after I tell what this post is. It says, on Reddit, someone took a screen cap of this. Please don't upvote. How to remove the Skyrim mod, Schlongs of Skyrim.
Oh.
Alright, I'm Rick Duran, and this has been...
Don't ask me to say the names of shit, I don't remember.
Your myths come alive. How do you not remember your own tag, or name?
It's because the sentence you said wasn't a prompt to say my name. It was a prompt to say the name of the podcast, which I have forgotten.
And the podcast name is the Random People Podcast. If you have a structure you'd like to suggest to us.
And I am Myths Come Alive, and he is the absolute worst.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so long, everyone.
Alright, bye.